Next page. Does it look like this for you?
Yes.
Okay. So you have a table to name all of your cranial nerves. And what you should do is you should identify each one. You should be able to come up with its primary function. But now the S, M, and B means sensory, motor, or some of them are both. But generally, one of them is primary. Like one of your nerves may be both, but it's primarily sensory. Or it may be primarily motor. So I wouldn't use the B, I just put both of them, but whichever one is predominant, list that first. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because some of them are both, but some of them are primarily sensory or primarily motor. All right. Now, you should note that all the cranial nerves, and we have 12 pair, these are coming directly off the brain itself or the brain stem. So this is inside your cranium. Okay? And we number them with Roman numerals. Does everybody know how to read Roman numerals?
Yes.
You remember this?
Mostly.
You remember. I mean, if we can get to 12, we're good. Okay, we don't have to go to 50 or 100 or anything. Okay? All right. So, if you want to just put your Arabic numbers next to it or number your nerves as we're doing the figure, that's fine. Now, I have this picture here on Moodle for you, and it's a full page picture in color. So if you want to print this out and practice labeling it, have you found this yet? Have you looked?
I've already got mine.
It is full page, isn't it? Okay. And this is going to be on your practical. Oh, you got the 3 different branches of the trigeminal, but that's not on the new one, so don't worry about it. I may have included them in my notes, but you only have to know the 12 general cranial nerves. Now we're going to get them by color. Okay, so let's list them from 1 to 12 by color, okay? So out to the side there, write what color they are. And then we're going to come back and name them and talk about function, okay? Now we number them from the front to the back. And as we move towards the back, we go laterally. Now, your brain's not flat like this one. Basically, this part is flat. The brain stem's coming out like this, isn't it? If you look at your brain, you see some of these on one side. So some are right here, but then some of them coming down the brain stem. So just know that we're going from the front to the back and down the brain stem. That's how we're numbering them. Okay. This first pair, we start at the front. This is the front. This first pair is a kind of a medium blue. That's 1. 2 is this pair that are red. They're actually crossing right here. That's 2. 3 is black. And now we're going to start moving to the side. 1, 2, 3. 4 is this kind of lime green or yellow green. And this gray one is 5. So 5 is gray. I'm going to give you the names in just a minute. So get the colors so that we can number them in order. So 5 is a landmark. I don't have to start over, but I have to come back to the middle and work out. So this is 6. To me, 6 is kind of a royal purple. It's in the center.
3 was black, correct?
Yes.
Okay.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's 6. 7 is this like periwinkle blue over here. That's 7. 8 is this magenta color here. Everybody know what magenta is? Pink, purple. 9 is the green one that's going laterally. 10 is the orange one. 11 is this one that's kind of a gray or gray blue, light blue, looks like a ladder. And then 12 is yellow. Because this is printed flat like this, we don't really realize that this is actually below the rest of them. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
The yellow is in fact below everything else. Okay, did everybody get the colors? Okay, let's name them. Did y'all get the little mnemonic that I gave you?
Yes.
It's silly enough that maybe it can remind you. Old Opie occasionally tries trigonometry. Basically, the mnemonic gives you the first letter or two of each nerve. Cranial nerve 1 is your olfactory nerve. Olfactory. Olfactory nerve. What is that for? It's for your special sense of smell. So how are we going to classify it as far as that?
Sensory.
It's strictly sensory. Special sense of smell. It is strictly sensory. Cranial nerve 2 is your optic nerves. These optic nerves are crossing here. That's why it looks like an X. What is this for?
Vision.
It's your special
Yeah.
sense of vision. Okay? So you're going to say this is strictly sensory as well. 3 is your oculomotor. This is going to be the first cranial nerve that can move the eye. We're going to have 3 cranial nerves that are for moving the eye. Oculomotor. So what is that function going to be? Strictly
Motor.
Strictly motor. Okay. This lime green one is the trochlear nerve. It's also for eye movement, so it is strictly motor. It's going to actually work with one particular eye muscle. Okay?
Up and down.
No, it's one that rolls the eyeball.
Oh, down and out.
Well, it rotates the eyeball, so it will roll the eyeball, but it deviates. It can go out.
So it rotates.
It rotates because the muscle is across the top of the eye. It rolls the eye, but when it rolls it, it also makes it deviate. It makes it go down. If it tightens this way, it's going to go that way, down. If it relaxes, it's going to go that way. Okay. And of course, it's the opposite on the eyes, isn't it? Okay. That's your trochlear. It's your second cranial nerve for movement of the eye. This right here, this big gray one, has 3 branches. This is called the trigeminal. And this is primarily sensory for the skin of the face. It's primarily sensory for the skin of the face. And you have 3 branches. One of the branches is going to deal with the skin on the forehead. The next branch will be in the middle of the face, the skin of this part of your face. The third branch is going to be the lower jaw. It's sensory for the skin, but it's also involved in chewing and movements of the tongue. So it is also motor.
What was the thing when we said forehead?
This is one branch that's strictly sensory for the skin. The next branch is kind of up under the eye here. It's the skin of the upper face. The third branch is for the skin of the jaw, the lower jaw, but it's also involved in chewing and in moving the tongue. This is sensory, lower jaw. Sensory here, sensory here, sensory and motor here.
Mastication or something.
Yes,
like that.
mastication. Okay. Now, if you look at my list, I've given you the functions of all these, haven't I?
Right, yeah.
Okay. Now, we're about out of time. You need to spend a little bit of time on this between now and next Friday, so that you understand. You should have this done. You should have this all done. I've provided you the handout. When we come back on Friday, I think what we'll first do is probably go over the eye model, and we'll